Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
Well, I have something that is so interesting. We have been doing these radio shows for over 25, 27 years, and I'm really excited to bring this company to you because it's the first time we've had a company called Papa. I was just telling our wonderful Austin BURCH, who's Director of Member Engagement, that everything is always moms. And here we have a company that's called Papa, even though they take care of moms too. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to introduce you to Austin BURCH. And he's working, of course, very hard with Papa, with your Grandkids-On-Demand. Thanks for coming on the show, Austin.
Yep, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Well, this is really, it's a new concept in a way, I think, but I was telling Austin that so many people complain that their mom or dad has to give up their car and they don't know what to do. And should they call, Uber? What should they do? I said, no, call Papa and let them handle this for you. So let's just give you an example of somebody who now can't drive anymore and maybe their wife passed away and they're kind of alone. And they called you. What would you tell them?
Sure. So what we do in our process, we try to make it as turnkey as possible for the seniors or the caregivers of the seniors, because we want, a nice, fun social experience for them without, all the hassle of, contracts or anything, or a home health care agency that, everything just gets a little complicated. So all the complication side hands to us. So if we were to get a call, general inquiry, I need some transportation to the grocery store. All we do, we collect your basic information, your home address, and when you would need it, and we just ask that you give us 24 hours beforehand, and then we send a college student, or as we call them, our amazing Papa Pals, over there, and they really do, as you already gave the soft introduction, they act like Grandkids-On-Demand, and it's quite a nice experience.
Now, how do you get those kids? Are they in high school? Are they in college? How does that work?
Yeah, so they're college students, and we really kind of think that's, our secret sauce, if you will. At first, when we conceptually started the company, we thought, that would be the hard part, is finding all these students to do it. But, it's amazing. They're applying just hundreds a day we have, online marketing as well as just in-person campaigns. And, of course, they're getting part-time pay, but the real external motivator and what makes them as great as they are is they're doing this as a resume builder. So traditionally they're medical, nursing, or hospitality students, and they get to put in on the resume that they're helping seniors. So it's that intergenerational bond between a college student and a senior that it's really turns out. The feedback we're getting is just amazing. The students, they're loving their experience as much as the senior. So it's a real give and take relationship.
So for our listeners, I'm going to start off by giving you this phone number because I know you're probably chomping at the bit to see more about it. It's 877-394-3598. I'll repeat that. That's 877-394-3598. Or you can go to their website, which is joinpapa.com. And then if you do a /Boomer, they'll know where it's coming from. But I just have to tell you that Papa Pals is an answer that we have really been working on. And I know that you are very thrilled with this. I guess you have someone talking in the background, huh?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
It's okay. We know that you're working, right? At least we know you're working and you're not on vacation.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So what it shows, though, is social transportation, doctor's appointments, and grandchildren, and, you can do errands, you can go to the grocery store. And the thing that I love is how many of our seniors need help on the computer. Little simple things. And, of course, with young kids, they can just take your iPhone, they can take your computer, and whoosh, it's done, right? They get to do that, too, for them, don't they?
Yep, exactly. So not only do they get to be there, when you can't be there, but they can help connect you back together with your senior loved one. We have members, they live up north and their senior loved one lives here down in Florida. And they miss, obviously, seeing them. And so we've had our students just set them up with their Skype or their FaceTimes. And not only are they then connecting, one another in person, they're now connecting with their family again. And it's like you said, it's very easy for them to set up. Something that's difficult for the senior, now becomes a fun experience. They're learning their phone with a student right there.
That's really terrific. And so many times there are simple things, changing light bulbs, just things that are a little dangerous for an older adult to do, but yet a kid can come in there and do it. And they could watch TV together. They can, I can really see this working well because there's something about older adults and younger kids that they just bond.
Right. No, it really is. What's amazing is, my role, I'm part-time in office and I'm outside the office as well. And just, seeing the seniors and, I've gone to visits and I've, witnessed it firsthand, the way they light up, like I said, both sides, both the students and the seniors, that, let me lean on again, that intergenerational bond is just amazing.
Right. And we just had the Bright Line go by. Our station is right off the railroad tracks. And I was thinking, wouldn't that be fun for a senior to go on? Now, they're not going to do it by themselves. But if they had one of your grandkids, they would go with them and they could spend a few hours. It would be a great outing, wouldn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So some of the requests we get are just awesome. So a couple weeks ago, we actually we had a student go to a wedding with one of our seniors. So they spent all day at the wedding. They were like, essentially their date. They were there, picked them up, took them to the wedding, hung out with them. So that was, an amazing story to see. We also have one member that likes to go to the beach every week, and unfortunately her daughter lives too far away to be able to do that to her. So one of our pals goes over there every week, and they just go hang out at the beach every Sunday. So that's the type of flexibility and the type of assistance we can really provide.
Right. It's a genius idea. I mean, I know we have home health agencies, and I know we have a lot of other, agencies trying to do this, but this is this puts a different twist on it. And I think,
exactly.
The other thing, Austin, and I guess I know you're aware of this, that a lot of older people want to remain independent. And when they hear that they're going to have a nurse or a assistant come that way, they're not interested. But if you say, well, we're going to send over a student and he's going to help you or she's going to help you, different feeling, isn't it?
Exactly. And that's what we're getting away from. The traditional home health care where, there is that stigma behind it. And the senior doesn't want to necessarily, everyone, I could use a Papa-Cow at any point, to help me around the house. Anyone can always use that assistance. But when you get that stigma on it, that's when, the hands kind of go up and you go, maybe not for me. This is that warm, inviting, just fun experience that anyone is open to.
Right. It's just absolutely a wonderful thing that you've come up with. So tell us about, I'm sure you know some of the students. Give us an example of a male and a female, a young person, and what their life is like and how many hours they work and what they say. Let us really get into the hardware of this.
Sure. So the students, why they love it as much as we love it, they work, as they please. They're individual. They do, this is their job. But they also do classes. So through our app and our mobile platform, what we do, we send out the request or the visit, and they're able to just accept them as they come. And so we'll take you through, let's go through a traditional daily life. We have one student, he's studying physical therapy. So he's in school right now to be a physical therapist and needs that hands-on experience, whether it's just dealing conversation with a senior, it gives them that exposure. So he picks up visits as much as he can just between class schedule. And they see, they get to see the visit, prefaced beforehand, whether it's a car ride, house help, going to the beach. They get to see that, beforehand at an estimated time. And then they accept it and they go through that process. Now, on the, the female side, a lot of them, they truly become very empathetic, which is, just, Mother Nature kind of works. And we have, we were just recently featured on Washington Post, the article posted today. One woman, the pal, takes this woman, Connie, to her medical appointments every day. And she's a Spanish woman, and she they listen to Spanish music every day just on the way to their trip because it reminds her back when she was young again. So in the Washington Post, if you actually can go and you'll look at that article, it's amazing. They say they just dance together when they're on the way to the doctor's appointment. It helps soothe her. So it's really nice for again everyone involved.
Right, it is. It's very clever. So you see, what I said I think really makes sense. That, and I'm just going to give a personal story. My husband passed away a year and a half ago at 93, and he was very active. And when about 2 years before this, I just was driving with him, and it's not that he didn't drive well, but I think his reflexes weren't great. So I said to him, listen, would you do me a favor and stop driving? And I said, and I know you need to go places, so what if I find a driver for you? And there was an older man, younger than my husband, but an older man in the same complex, and he drove people. That's what he did. And so we paid him, and he took my husband to his meetings and waited for him. He took him to the grocery store. He did everything. My husband was so happy with that.
Yeah, and that's exactly the type of need we're providing.
That's right. But you take someone who's a very busy person. So, this, I'm just going to say this to you. It's possible that there are some people who just don't want to drive in traffic, and they're not really needy. They just, they want someone else to do the stuff for them, go pick this up, do that. They could use the kids to do that, couldn't they? They don't have to be a senior.
No, exactly. So we don't have, and that's also what's amazing about our services. We're not confined to, certain restrictions that, maybe a home health care agency may have. We provide assistance to anyone that just needs that extra help.
Right, because that's true, because there's lots of little things that you can't do, you can do. But this way, you're a private organization, and you're doing everything. So let's say that I would call the 877-394-3598. How much notice do I have to give you to get some help?
Just 24 hours.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And then you'll schedule. Now, I know you're in Miami-Dade, and you're in Broward, and you're in Palm Beach County, right?
Yep. So we're all throughout South Florida, as far east as Palm Beach, and then we're also in Tampa and Sarasota.
Do you have trouble finding the kids to do this?
No, I think we were talking about before the interview is that was one of our fears was will there be enough students, and they're chomping at the bit as much as the seniors are. Everyone's just loving the idea, and what's great about students and how integrated they are on social media is one of their friends started doing it, and it's a domino effect. Then we can almost start getting groups of students coming together and applying in groups of 5s and 10s because my friend's doing it and she's loving it, and it's been working out great.
Right. Oh, well, you are. I hope you're ready for expansion because I think you have such a great idea. So let me just get this right. So besides of course, it's Austin Burch, BURCH, and you're director of member engagement at Papa,
right.
And we call it Grandkids-On-Demand. Oh my goodness. So do you have an age limitation on the kids that you bring in?
Again, and no, we do not have an age limitation. What we do request is that they are studying, some form of college, whether it's post-degree, undergraduate, something that's showing, that they're looking to pursue that higher level of education. But we take applications from across the board. We're always looking to, learn new ideas, learn to expand. So that's kind of where we fall in.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I see where you also say house needs. Now, exactly what will they do in the house? I mean, will they mop floors? I mean, exactly, will they do housekeeping?
Sure, yeah. So what we define it as is a light house cleaning. And as far as light house cleaning, we're not going to do deep cleaning, which is, the mopping, things of that sort. We're there as an extra hand. So we can do some dishes, laundry, wipe down counters, sweep, possibly run through a couple of things with the vacuum. It's there, it's not a maid service. It's, that additional assistance.
Yeah, that's right. It's just, we know that, and I'll give you an example. Something happened. I have a light bulb that is really up to the top of the ceiling. And, it's a fixture. And I had a choice of getting a ladder, which I have, and getting up there and trying to unscrew this. And I said, no, I don't think I'm going to. So I waited for my son to come because he usually comes and has dinner with me once a week. But a lot of people don't have that luxury.
Right.
They don't have a son or a daughter who's close by. And so that's what you're providing. You're providing sons and daughters, and of course, a lot of them are the grandchildren.
Exactly. And we're there when, necessarily, you may want to be, but you can't be.
Now, let me ask you this, though. So your students are in school, maybe not in the summer, in school. What if they need to have them take them on a trip away for a day or two? Those kids probably can't do that, can they?
So we don't do, currently our operating hours are 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. We don't do overnight assistance.
Oh.
But what we could do, speak hypothetical, what you're talking about is possibly going away, is let's say they're going from Miami to Fort Lauderdale. One student would be able to provide that assistance day one, and then the next day, in Fort Lauderdale, we'd have another student that would be able to provide, an equal amazing experience.
Yeah, I see. So if someone wanted to go to Disney World, they could actually tell you they want someone to go over, for the whole weekend or something, and you'd have to think about that.
Yeah. I mean, I would love for someone to tell me they want to go to Disney World.
You'd probably take them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because that's really, I can see that's what happens to an older adult. Many times they are really confined to their home or in their little neighborhood. But let's say they wanted to go down to Miami, or let's say there's something they want to go to, or they want to visit relatives. Well, who's going to take them? They can't get an Uber. Just get an Uber. It's not safe. When I say it's not safe, they don't know the Uber driver, but at least if they do it through your company, they have a relationship.
Right.
How long has the company been around?
So we were founded back in 2016, but full force, really pushing marketing, advertising, exactly where we are now today has been about this past 8 months.
I see. And whose idea was this?
This was our owner and founder, Andrew Parker. He found it out of his need for his grandfather, who they called Papa. He lived, not too far from all of his family, but just far enough where, they couldn't daily provide that assistance he needed, where he wanted to go grocery shopping, or he needed the light bulb fixed, or, just something, those day-to-day tasks that they couldn't just go over there during traffic. So Andrew actually reached out to a local college student that lived in his grandfather, Papa's neighborhood, and said, hey, if you don't mind, I'll give you a couple extra bucks, to help my grandfather out. And that's where the idea was birthed.
Right. Yeah. That's so clever, and I'm so glad you're doing this. So people will just call. Why don't you go on their website also? It's called joinpapa.com/boomer, and you'll be able to get someone to answer, and they'll figure out what to do for you. So remember, it's social transportation, which could be doctors or appointments or errands or grocery shopping, and then technology, which you can learn how to use your computer, smartphones, tablets. I think you should have a run just on that, actually. And then you have socialization, with great conversations. You can watch a movie. They can take you to a movie. And then you have house needs, cooking, cleaning, laundry. I just love this so much. So call now for a free visit. Okay. So if they call you, when you say call for a free visit, someone will come there and they'll get to meet them?
Yep. So what we do as far as that call for a free visit, we have that membership, which is only $15 a month. So to ensure that you enjoy your experience, we will give you that first visit for free.
Okay, so you're saying, well, this is a good thing to do. So someone joins, they take a subscription, and it's $15 a month?
Right.
And then what does that get them to do? That now they're part of the club?
Yeah, exactly. It gives you access to our platform, to use our students or have access to Papa.
All right. And is there one set hourly cost, or does it depend on what you're going to be doing with them?
Yep, no matter what, whether it's transportation, house help, anything, it's just $15 an hour.
Oh, it's $15 an hour.
Yep.
And so you become a member, and then $15 an hour, and they will come and do all these things. So now you said, what are the hours for them to work again?
We operate 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Wow. Absolutely great. I mean, I was thinking about people who want to go to events. They want to go to the movies. They want to go to all these parties and things, like you said about the wedding. And they can't do it. I mean, they can't stay that late sometimes, and who are they going to get to take them? I mean, it's just, I am very enthusiastic. When our sales executive brought this to us, I said, I can't believe this. It is so exciting. Are you finding that people are very pleased and are recommending you?
Yeah, I mean, our testimonial and the responses we get, it makes the job, it makes the work, really nice. Because we're finding not only from the seniors the testimonial, but the family caregivers. It's taking it's not a burden, but it's taking some stresses off of their life where they can, focus on doing other things, within their life and making sure that mom or that grandmom or grandpa is taken care of.
Yep. I know that's really so important. And so I hope that people who are listening will take advantage of this. You got to write this down and put it in a very, very important place. I know every one of my listeners probably could use this service. Remember, we're not talking about a home health agency where they're going to send in people, in white uniforms. And this is different. They're sending in students from school, the universities, and they can work. Oh, what's your minimum? I forgot. You probably said that, but I don't remember.
Just 1 hour.
What?
1 hour.
1 hour?
Yep.
You're kidding.
I'm not.
Oh, hey, Austin, 1 hour you can call and get somebody?
So 1 hour is just our minimum. Yep. You give us 24 hours. That's, call us 24 hours before. If you need just a 1 hour ride, we can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you with something. So when I have to go to the airport, and I live in Palm Beach County, I have to go to the airport, I will pay him $15 to take me to the airport?
That's right. Now, there is a little bit as far as the transportation piece.
Right, gas or something.
Yeah, so that 15 includes up to 10 miles. After 10 miles, we charge just an additional 50 cents a mile. That's just to help compensate the students for their gas.
Of course. And you're really making me drool. This is so good. I just hope you're going to be able to handle all the business that you're going to get.
Oh, well, thank you. I think we will.
Oh, my goodness, this is just spectacular. And I think you are coming to our expo, aren't you?
So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it this time. But,
that's what happened, because you would be a raving success.
Oh, man. Next time, we'll have to get out there.
Oh, I guess you could just send your students there, and they would man that booth for you. Too bad.
They could.
Yeah, too bad, because, oh, my goodness, I could almost be there at your booth because I know so much about this now. But, okay, well, I'm sorry about that, because I think these are your people. Well, I know that we put our magazine out everywhere, whether it's in Aventura, all the way down south, all the way up into Jupiter. So you're certainly going to get people who know about it. And your ad is very clear. I think it really says, see, the name Papa, first of all, was clever. Whoever decided on that certainly was smart. And then the Grandkids-On-Demand is just, you can hear, I am very enthusiastic. You can hear that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been around doing this for a long time. And I'm really... Now, the one thing people should realize that insurance is not going to take care of this. I want to say that ahead of time. This is like just calling if you called Uber or somebody else. This is not a home health agency. This is just like my husband had, someone that drove in places, someone that made life more fun, easier. And let's not keep our older adults at home watching TV all day. Let them get out. Let them talk with other people. Now nowadays there's so many things that they want to talk about, but they don't know who to talk to. There's nobody around, and they're living alone. And I think that will make them live much longer.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly. In a way, we really feel as though we're curing loneliness. Although me and a senior, may not be reaching out saying, hey, I need extra companionship. But while they're doing these tasks, they realize what a great experience it really is. Yeah,
that's exactly right. So I am so happy that you were able to do this with us today. And I am going to come down and I'm going to put you on Facebook Live because I want everyone to see you. I want to see you. I don't even know what you look like. Are you young? Are you young or older?
Myself, I'm actually younger.
Oh, you're younger. Well, that's why you know so much. Okay. Well, listen, I am really happy to be able to talk to you, and I'm probably going to have to take out a subscription myself and start using this. Do I get a choice of having a male or a female?
You do.
Okay, you're great. Austin, excuse me. Andrew's the founder, right?
Right.
But tell him hello. I'd love to meet him too. Is he live in Miami too?
So normally, yes, but so we're actually we're now accepted into an accelerator out in California. So Andrew and our COO have moved out there for the next 90 days.
I see. Okay, well, Austin, I want to help you. I love what you're doing. Thank you so much. Remember, everybody, make that phone call. It's 877-394-3598. This is what you've been waiting for. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.